I'm speaking here again about the project of a new Africa that will manifest as the federal government of Africa that is here to be carried out by the People's Movement for Africa, African Unity, and which demands the collective involvement of our people from across the world. I'm speaking here about the structures of the federal government itself, whereby there is what we call the Supreme Authority, the Administrative Authority, and the Council of African Elders. In this regard, I ask you to go to our website, www.pmau.org, to see some basic definitions we put in place. Those definitions are basic just for the beginning, but they don't describe everything that the federation will be. The federation is the privacy of our people. We will establish it accordingly. But here I want to speak about the members that make up the federal structures. The leadership. If you go there, you will see that most of them are comprised of African leaders and past leaders, former presidents, and some influential persons. But it does not end with the people you see in the website. The website is made just to give you a glimpse of how it's going to be. It doesn't mean that those people who are selected there are the permanent ones. The people you find in Supreme Authority can change to any other authority, or Council of African Elders can change to another one. But I'm here to say one thing that is very interesting, which our people will like to be aware of. I'm talking about those men you see that are selected there. Most of them were already old men, retired persons. And like I said, the African unity is made primarily for the new generation of Africans born after the independence. But that does not mean that the elders are not involved. It is like when a man is starting a new life, maybe he's getting married to his wife, the elders will come and pray for you and give you guidance, give you some advices on how to build family. But they are not the ones that are responsible in feeding your family or taking care of your children. So the people you see there, the elders of the society, they are the custodians. We cannot subtract them because they are the ones who give life to the present generation, just as the previous generation give their light. In the same manner, your mother and your father gave birth to you, you are also expected to give birth to another person for the sake of the continuity of the world. So you cannot build a family today without consulting, without the involvement of the family of your wife and those of the husband. Everybody comes to give you the prayer and they wish you good luck, and then what happens is up to you. The leaders are, like I'm saying, they are not the ones that are going to continue with the leadership. All of them have already retired. They are old, but it's not because of old age. They are retired, but we will bring them back. We bring them back to come and give us those blessings, to come and smell the aroma of the federation. It does not mean that the one who are going to hold it to continue. They will stay there for as much as their physical energy is capable of sustaining it. And then they will gradually go honorably into retirement and will be taken over by the new generation gradually. So that is why the People's Movement for African Unity is created to begin to carry out this very project. We are calling our people from all over the world to come and support it. It is not a political party. It's an organization that involves everybody among our people. We are calling people, especially from the diaspora, don't feel disconnected from Africa. You are an African everywhere you are, as you were made to know through great men and their philosophies. So please respond. From America, from Jamaica, Europe, Brazil, Argentina, Panama, wherever you are in the Western world, please look towards Africa. Our activities is going to have its headquarters in Ghana. I want to use this opportunity to tell you that according to the arrangement of the Federation, the Supreme Authority will be situated in Ghana. The other one, Administrative Authority, will be situated in Nigeria. And then the Council of African Elders, as you see in our website, will be situated in Lusaka, Zambia. These three countries were not selected for nothing. They were countries that were very, very pivotal, that were some certain spirit of Pan-Africanism of significance we are living in them for the enterprise of our freedom. Like you know, Ghana harbors the strong spirit of Pan-Africanism. That was the reason Kwame Nkrumah had to reincarnate into Ghana, to come and make use of that very spirit. Like I said, every territory has its own spiritual power, spiritual identity. They are not the same. So Ghana has the power, the spiritual power was planted in Ghana. Nigeria had the economic and intellectual power. That was what is implanted. Nigeria represents among the community of Africa. And then Zambia has the power of sympathy. Because without sympathy, nothing can work. If you don't sympathize with somebody, you can never help him to liberate himself. This thing I'm saying is reflected in our history. Kwame Nkrumah used Ghana to trigger the independence, which was successful. Nigeria, on its own part, declared Africa the center point of their foreign policy, and they had their largest embassy in Zambia. When Kenneth Kaunda got the independence, as a great Pan-Africanist, he opened the way, whereby Nigeria had the largest embassy in Zambia to help the nations of the southern region to gain their independence. Nigeria was financially and economically very helpful, even though we have concealed that we never educate our people about how good we are to one another. We are here being deceived by imperialist history. On the other hand, Zambia was a nation that is made for sympathy. The power of sympathy was living in Zambia. That was why Zambia had to suffer a lot of indignities from the Western world. Because of the liberation, because of its role in liberating the southern region of Africa. The ANC of South Africa were there. ZANU-PF in Zimbabwe was there. The Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania, South Africa was there. The Zanla Zipra, or whatever they call them in Zimbabwe, were there. The Frelimo of Mozambique were there. The SWAPO of Namibia were there. Those of Angola, all of them were using Zambia as a place to regroup and plan themselves forward. That drew the wrath of the imperialist forces, and they began to punish Zambia under Kenneth Kaunda. What they did by then was to go and cripple Zambia's economy by diminishing the price of copper, which was the stable means of income for the Zambian nation. And the South African apartheid government stopped Zambia from using their ports as a means of importation, so as to cripple Zambia. And then when the government began to have problem, they now tell us that Kenneth Kaunda is corrupt. That is always the thing. Black man is corrupt. Black man is corrupt, even when we are suffering. Because when a people feels hungry, they lose control of themselves. They can no longer listen to the facts. So anything you tell them is because they accept it, because our people also are not educated. Not like now. People are not educated. They rise up, become violent against Kenneth Kaunda. So I am not here to go into details, but if you go into our African history, you will understand the role that these three countries played in the liberation of Africa. Ghana, spiritual power; Nigeria, the intellectual power; Zambia, the power of sympathy. And they have all done well. So the supreme authority we have its seat in Ghana, Flagstaff House. The administrative authority we have its seat in the Aso Rock of Nigeria. And the Council of African Elders, we have its seat in the Zambian government house. Please take note of this. May the government of these countries begin to prepare themselves to this effect by finding an alternative, or at least getting a means to accommodate the various federal bodies as they are coming soon. Please, I advise our people, stand up and get involved in the project. Go to our website, www.pmmu.org, and please see what we put in place there and get yourself involved. African unity shall succeed. We will be successful. If our ancestors were capable of decolonizing Africa, whereby they commanded no military or economic power, we should be able to answer for the duties of our generation, whereby at least we had the powers that our former generation did not have. We have it, and we are going to use it. I thank you well.